beyond words, my dear Sim. I can love you too, my dear Sim. If you love me like this too, my dear Sim. Not with half gestures, not with beautiful and empty words, my dear Sim, but with a silence that feels, with a look that doesn't lie, with a soul that remains even when it hurts, even after 1 year of running after you, my dear Sim. I can love you more than your mind can understand, deeper than your soul can reach its maximum heights, my dear Sim. I can love you without asking for anything from you, my dear Sim. I don't want money, houses, cars, etc., my dear Sim. I love you without forcing you to be more. I want you to be just you, my dear Sim. I can love you every night and every breath, my dear Sim. In every moment when time would try to separate us, my dear Sim. I can want you not only with my body, but with my mind, with my instinct, my dear Sim. With everything I am and everything I can't express in words, my dear Sim. When you come tired and without words, my dear Sim, I would understand your silence. When you wanted peace, my dear Sim, I would be your peace. When you didn't feel like anything, not even sex, I would offer you everything, my dear Sim. I can make you sit. Just sit, my dear Sim. Watch me turn on the light, cook, make your favorite dessert, make room for you in my life without asking you to give up yours, my dear Sim. I would give you the freedom to do what you want, not as a favor, my dear Sim, but as something natural and natural, my dear Sim. Because true love doesn't bind, my dear Sim. On the contrary, it frees, my dear Sim. I would understand your storms, silences and nights without a mood, especially without a mood for sex, my dear Sim. I wouldn't need excuses, my dear Sim, but just you there, real, present, imperfect, but mine, my dear Sim. And yet, I ask you, my dear Sim, what about you, my dear Sim? Could you love a man like me, my dear Sim? A man who doesn't ask but feels, my dear Sim. Who doesn't want to change you but only to understand you, my dear Sim. Who doesn't run away from depth but seeks it to the point of exhaustion, my dear Sim. Because I can't love you like the rest, my dear Sim. I can love you like no one else, my dear Sim. With essence, my dear Sim. With fire, my dear Sim. With peace, my dear Sim. With truth, my dear Sim. I don't love like the world, my dear Sim. I love completely, my dear Sim. Clean without a mask, my dear Sim. But you, would you love me, my dear Sim? Would you love me after a hard day when I come home tired and in no mood for anything, my dear Sim? Would you love me when my mind is carried away among worries, bills, and problems, my dear Sim? Would you understand me when I want to touch you, to feel you close even though you may not feel like loving, my dear Sim? But I only need you, my dear Sim. Would you love me when I'm silent, my dear Sim? When I don't know how to say what I feel, my dear Sim, but I feel more than I can say, my dear Sim. Would you love me with all my 1,001 flaws, my dear Sim? Because I love you, my dear Sim. I can love you without seeing any of yours, my dear Sim. I would love your chaos, fragility, nerves, and smile, my dear Sim. Because for me, you wouldn't have any flaws, my dear Sim. You would just be you, my dear Sim. And for me, you are enough, my dear Sim, because I adore you. But you, my dear Sim,